Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. I like the left player's name.
I got you, sucker.
Shorikai is pretty brutal. Kaalia is pretty brutal. Pantlaza can be pretty brutal. I've built Pantlaza. I've seen a couple of my friends build Pantlaza. I went with the more combo-centric version where I just flicker Pantlaza a bunch of times. I don't know, it's not even a dinosaur deck. My hand is great though. I have a soul ring and a bunch of mana at my disposal. Silversmith too. Oh, in this latest update, they added some weird summoning sickness particles to the cards. That's new. Everflowing Chalice is pretty sweet. Since I can't sacrifice the Burnished Heart now, I might as well dump it into the Chalice here. Yeah. I don't want to go entirely shields down and play my Burnished Heart when I can't sacrifice it. It'd be really crappy to make the mana investment and not get the lands from it. I don't know how important my Argenta Massacre is. It's really early in the game and I'm having a really strong start. Like, this keeps people from catching up to me, but I also don't have a lot of cards to pitch to it. Let's get rid of that stuff. Ooh, Summoning Station this early? That's good too. Let's see, 2-4, I have 7 mana. I can play Summoning Station now, get that ball rolling. I guess they start coming in tap, so maybe I need to start building my board now. It'll be a tempo issue later in the game, this Sunwing, and if I build my board up fast enough, this won't be an issue. I'm not gonna block with any of these, so I'm just gonna attack the middle player here. And if the SRAM player attacks me, that's fine. This is 2 damage. Unfortunately, the Sunwing prevents me from doing any combat tricks. And be like, oh, you forgot I have my Summoning Station. But I'm going to respond to people's removal with Summoning Station, because whenever an artifact goes to my graveyard, I get to untap this. So I can't auto-yield now. I have to manually click OK for everything, so I'm not sucking up timer. People are ramping. This little thing, its hands are wrenches. Oh, that's the disturbing thing. Look at this ugly thing. It's got a face only a mother could love, that's for sure. I need some card advantage. I want it. If it's not card advantage, I'm getting rid of it no matter what it is. Okay, card advantage. I'll take it. So now I have 8 mana at my disposal. I think this Gilded Lotus would serve more of a purpose in my graveyard, sadly. Because I already have so much. My opponents must find that kind of bizarre. If any of my other stuff dies to a board wipe, or like people want to target my artifacts, it's just more fuel for my commander. Not only in cost reduction, but also in activating her ability. It's a very lousy situation to be putting your opponents into. It's a lose-lose for them. Crap, I can't activate my Burnished Heart now because I have that Bonder's Enclave on top of my library. What I could have done was play the Burnished, sack it, and then did the Scry. Oh well. Shorikai is one of the most resilient commanders out there. He's one of the best Azorius commanders for a reason. It's because he's a commander that is a unique permanent type and that he's an artifact vehicle. Traditional removal is not that effective, and they usually play things like Intruder Alarm to go very deep into their decks. They make a pilot, they untap all their stuff, and then they do it again. It's like a classic infinite setup. Rampaging Geodur gives attacking creatures +1/+1. Oh, this thing has haste? Alright.
Oh no!
4 damage coming my way. That is fair. Got my Bonder's Enclave. I have exactly 8. Alright, it's a 7/7. Why not? It's a scary body. See, they're at 37, so I could hit them. I could get the middle and left player down to 36. Share the love. I'm gonna beat on the guy with the card advantage, though, more specifically. When it comes to like how I target people, card advantage engines are a big thing for me. They do not go unnoticed. If anyone has more card advantage than me, I don't like it. And the reason for that is they just have options. Enables them to rubber back into a game. Omen Keel. So lets you steal lands from people. Oh, Mobilizer Mech's really nice. I kind of glossed over that, but whenever he crews a vehicle, he can turn another vehicle into a creature for free. It lets you segue the crew cost. So it's very handy for, you know, a commander that costs 8 to crew.
Work smarter, not harder.
He just crews one of his other vehicles and then auto turns his Shorikai on. So I'm a little worried if he finds a Intruder Alarm. He could go pretty deep into his deck. Oh man, I love Greed. It's one of my favorites. Owen at the player on the left. No, he's got a lot of stuff over here that can block. Semblance Anvil, that's a bummer. Let's try drawing a card. Since my sample ensemble isn't doing much at this point, I have no cards in hand to be reducing costs. I might just pitch it to my Sliversmith, get some value that way. And right now I'm at 10 CMC of 30, still a little ways away. Hit a land, but I can surveil, so it's even slightly better. Selective obliteration. Probably pick blue. The player on the right will pick green and save everything. So I think I'll just put it in my graveyard. It was a risk. I talked about that when I was going over the deck tech, that this might not hit enough things, and that could explain why it's such a dirt cheap card. And the situation is garbage, so I ditched it. Attack with everything. Oh god, this thing's pretty scary, if I remember right. Beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter to 3 target non-creature artifacts. Yeah, this is one of his like finishers. He can make something really big, or multiple things really big. Luckily, he's having mana issues, which is wild because he's seen so many more cards than us. He might be our saving grace this game. Darn. Okay. I still want to discard. This is a creature. Unfortunately, it will die, but I could follow up with my Summoner Station. All the triggers will be added to the stack, and I can just tap it in between, and I'll still have a really big board post this Toxic Deluge. Unfortunately, the Shorikai player dodges it. Good for him. Gonna activate my station. I'll have 4 2/2s on the board if I do this right. Phyrexian Unlife. He's probably running the combo. He probably has the thing that doesn't put counters on himself. It'd be hard for me to deal with. I have 19 CMC in my graveyard. I guess I'm beating on the middle player again. I don't want to just trade my future 9/9 babies away. I want to force them to trade. Nice little scribe. Transmogrifying one. Hell yeah. Can I not activate this?
Read it. Read the card, moron.
Oh, I don't have a creature with 4 or greater power. That's why. How much does my commander cost? Cost 7. Child's Play. We'll just play that again. Yeah, killing my commander does nothing. Does not feel good for your opponents at all. The player in the middle will be down to 5, but they have the Phyrexian Unlife, so it's more like 15. Phyrexian Unlife only triggers when they take damage, so he could activate his Greed as many times as he wants and not get any poison counters thrown on him. I wasn't aware of that interaction. That's kind of cool. And that's from me just seeing it. I've never seen it done like in-game before, but I think that's how it works. This doesn't inflict damage, it's loss of life. He's not tapping a Shorikai. He's doing the Drago strategy. No one just has 7 cards in their hand with 6 mana that are supposed to do nothing. Oh, no. They have 7, actually. Yeah, it might be a Psych Rift. Blue-white control players, they're like edgelords. They like to hang on by the skin of their teeth and then get you at the last possible moment. Wow. His life goes back to 40. That's obnoxious. Yeah, Cyclonic Rift. Nice, he's gonna die. The spell's gonna fizzle on the stack. What a
Little bastard.
I didn't call that this was a Cyclonic Rift. I love it. One time I like to see that happen. Dirty. Oh, that's hilarious. And now we're just down to 3 because the card that was about to put him back to 40 was on the stack. He, in response, did the Cyclonic Rift, bouncing the Phyrexian Unlife back to his hand, and a player can't exist with 0 life without any constituting factors. Thus, he died, and the spell fizzles on the stack. Oh man, that was a fun play. Got a good chuckle out of that one. Ooh, Thundering Hawk Gunship. I guess I could crew it and draw an extra card. I need more cards in my life. Drawing cards is king. I'll play the net positive rock. For starters, draw a card here. This is how colorless players draw cards. Very desperate-like. They will draw cards in any way they can. Vertribe Brian's not bad. Now I make 2 bodies a turn instead of just 1. And I still have an Astarte to make this into a blocker if I wish. I'm doing the Shorikai thing, just being a pill, and maybe I'll catch people with their pants down. They feel like it's safe to attack me. I would say Got You Sucker lived up to their title with their last play with the Cyclonic Rift. Exiling Emery. He's responding to the mill trigger, so he has less things to choose from, but it has Summoning Sickness, so I don't know if it really mattered.
Nope.
We're getting some good counter magic out of the blue-white player's hand. He played his permission denied to interact with Swords to Plowshares. I love that Astartes warriors have vigilance too. It lets me play balls to the wall and simultaneously crew this. Drum Bellower. He gets to untap his creatures every upkeep. It's like a weaker version of Seedborn Muse. So why it's great in his deck is he could tap down the creatures to crew his stuff. They become untapped on the next person's turn, and then he could crew his stuff again for blocking. It's like pseudo vigilance. Talia, Primal Conqueror. All right, that's pretty scary. You can flip it over to do some serious damage. I mean, he gets a free spell off of us here. Dispatching his commander to deny him a Discover trigger.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that to deny the trigger. He's just going to replay his commander anyways. It's cheap. Honestly, he probably should have been using that dispatch on this thing. It's more threatening than his commander is. Forsaken Monument. That's pretty good. Ooh, Iron Soul Enforcer. That's a pretty good one. Whenever it or a commander attacks alone, he gets to return an artifact to play. Yeah, it's pretty good. Fortunate for us, he doesn't have any artifacts in his graveyard. But I mean, this is all just value town. Like, why not? I mean, it's still a 4/4. It's a reasonable body. And he draws off of it with his Garruk's Uprising. Zakama, also a very good target for dispatch. Oh, God. We were fortunate in that he cheated it out into play, so he doesn't get the untap trigger and we get a turn to interact with it, but that's pretty brutal. He could pretty much clean up everything we have. Merv Alcer's good. I need to get stuff in my graveyard, though. And now that this Zakama's in play, I'm worried that my stuff's gonna get blown up. And now his stuff's indestructible? What is doing that? Why is this indestructible? Oh, Savage Order does that? Holy shit. Oh no, that's gonna be hard to deal with. I was just gonna clean it up with my transmogrifying wand. An enemy of my enemy now becomes my friend, and unfortunately, 2 of his exile spells are in his graveyard. This might be where the dinosaur player takes over. It only costs 3 mana to blow something up, and he has 4 activations at his disposal. And he took my Burnish Turret. He can get more basics to fuel his Zakama. That feels really bad. God, now my hand feels awful. Like, I was just gonna dump everything, but now with that thing in play. Oh, this has reach. Oh, I forgot. I'm playing bad. There's a lot of keywords on Zakama, and for how often I used to play him, I should have been better at remembering that. Uh-oh. No, that sucks. The player on the left passed through combat on accident. I mean, the only person that's really open is me. I think we're teaming up right now. This Zakama's gonna wreck our boards here, transforming it. He could literally kill my blocker and kill me if he wanted to. But I have the Labyrinth of Scophos, and I can save us. I can protect me and the left player, my former enemy over there. Interesting, he chose to exile his artifacts because he knows that the player on the right could just blow it up. Is this thing indestructible? No. So he could still blow it up with Zakama for 3 mana. That's not a good move, actually. It would have been better if he kept those permanents. Yeah, that's a good FU. Ouch. Yeah, he traded off several permanents for not a good reason. Not the only one out here making mistakes, I guess. Oh, he's just surrendering. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. A wand is coming down first. We're gonna kill that. Fortunately, he doesn't have any more mana, so he can't respond and blow this up and deny me value. I can Scophos. I need to leave 5 mana up. Yeah, I have enough to put it on 3. We'll do that. I like that play. And here we go. To see 2 more cards. Seeing 3 cards a turn. Not to mention he has 7 in hand. Hunting a Velociraptor. Pretty good. Could circumvent costs by paying the Prowl cost. Prowl is when a creature of the same typing makes connection. Prowl was on the fairy cards, and this is the only non-fairy that has Prowl on it, I think. He's turning something into a wall. Ah, he's tying up my mana, because now his stuff isn't, like, I can't activate it to pay into this. That sucks. It has Summoning Sickness now. When your best laid plans don't work out. I should have expected that, honestly. You don't have as many cards as this guy does and not have, like, things that throw wrenches at people. Does it lose ability? No, doesn't lose ability, so I can still use it. What? He just makes another one? No. Yeah, I don't think I could beat Zakama if he could just make token copies of it. I didn't get to do the thing and make my stuff into 9/9s. That's a bummer. The writing is on the wall, blowing up my wand. Unless I get all his dust, I might surrender, but that's not even good enough because it won't deal with Dino DNA. I would need Nev's Disc plus a key to pull this off, and I don't think I can. All right, let's see what do I draw. It's probably my last one. Phyrexian Triniform. He only needs to do 2 more damage. I could soak for another turn, but he has so many activations back here. Like, he could blow up several of my blockers. Yeah, I'll just give it to him. He'll finish me off on his next turn. That was the game. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. Thanks for your time. Take care.